Hello, my darling people. I just hope I'm audible today. I don't know. I haven't checked. I spoke today. I suppose probably I am. I got a new water mug, and today we are going to do Hydra. Yeah, but since I don't want to drink directly from the bottle today, I'm going to actually pour it into my yellow mug. Yeah, today is a great day for solar energy, so yellow is a good color. I don't know about yellow and Saturday, I just know about yellow and me today. Yeah, yellow is a nice color. Hello, Lynette. How are we? So today I logged in because I didn't log in yesterday. And I didn't log in yesterday because Friday the 24th and the 24th is my birthday date and Friday is my birthday day, and so it is very special to me, so I only focus on myself. Yeah, it's a very selfish day. It's not a selfless day, it's a selfish day. So everything I kind of do is about the self. Today I came in to talk about three things. Technically speaking, it's just two things, but it will be divided into three parts. One of the first things I wanted to be speaking about is self-discipline. Yeah, correct. It has a lot to do with the whole COVID concept. It's got to do with your whole logging in and not logging in concept, and lockdowns and impacts and all of those things, right? So one thing I wanted to be talking about is self-discipline during this time. The second thing I wanted to be talking about is, along with social distancing, which we're all talking about, and now it's become two words that we, I think, use pretty often. I also want to help you understand emotional distancing. Very important. Emotional distancing in these times is one of the most important things that is not being spoken about. But if we do get down to actually speaking about it, I think it will help us a lot, because one is maintaining a physical distance from people, the other one is maintaining an emotional distance. You need to guard your own emotions at this time, because any emotion has the growth pattern of, it's almost like a weed. Emotions are like weeds at this time. So every emotion can boulder into something much bigger. Correct? So two things that I wanted to speak about. One is self-discipline, which has everything to do with soul discipline. That means discipline that comes from within you and that should be natural to you. And soul, SOLE, where your feet take you or don't take you or should not be taking you at this time. And the other thing I was going to speak about is social distancing and emotional distancing. But before I start about all that, I again read something that was absolutely phenomenal, and I'm going to share it with you. So I hope that you guys have got a pen and paper. Yeah, write this down. Old energy is clearing. Old energy is clearing. New energy is entering. New energy is entering. So old energy is clearing, new energy is entering. Great things are coming. Great things are coming. So old energy is clearing, new energy is entering, and great things are coming. Now, to get to all of this, now I'll come back to the beginning of everything. Oh, by the way, since I saw Sadaf here, to all those fasting, Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak, and please, whenever and wherever you are fasting, प्लीज़ दुआ हम सब के लिए, और इफ्तार के टाइम पे प्लीज़ मुझे मत भूलना, बाकियों का मुझे नहीं पता. Correct? So Ramadan Kareem to all those who are going to be praying, and please keep all of us in your dua, especially me. I know I'm being selfish, but yesterday was my birthday. Today this is my birthday gift. So coming down to first thing that I wanted to speak about, which is self-discipline. Now, what happens is that over a period of time, when you are in lockdown, when you do not have the, you can't make decisions off the cuff, right? You have to plan it. Whether it is your food, whether it is your Ameen. Thank you, Sadaf. I love you. You know that. So, self-discipline is all about, like, say, for instance, for me to do an FB live is part of my self-discipline. So, what I do before I come into do a live, I actually sit down and pray for a bit because I need to understand what you all need to know. And there are a couple of people I actually check with before I go online. And I think my deepest intention has been to reach as many people with one positive thought. See, out of all the 30 minutes I go, I'm sure that there is one thing that each of you get to take home and each of you get to use till we meet again. And for me, that is the most important part of what I do here. Correct? When I share this energy with you, for me, it's like, wow, I get to actually be part of so many people's lives, even during the lockdown. That is the important part. So it is part of my self-discipline to ensure that I have my social network, I have my social time, I get to spread the love and the joy and the positivity without having to step out of the comfort or the safety of my home. Right? So I am going to give you the whole concept of self-discipline from two aspects, okay? And this is also something I would really like you to write down. One is soul discipline, that is SOUL discipline. Correct? That is listening to your instinct. Right? From, I think, and each one of us is aware of it, and that's one of the reasons why we are all still alive. Thank you, Nikhil. We are all alive is because somewhere we know there are certain things that we should be doing and there are certain things that we should not be doing. I want you to just focus from your heart, okay? And how many of you actually did the exercise I spoke about day before yesterday, which was the happy manifesting for yesterday? Not too many, I'm guessing. Where is Rachna Goswami? I'm sure she would have done it. But then she's not on today's live. However, I had 3 beautiful manifestations of thought, and these were the least expected ones. That's why they brought me the most joy. I actually got to meet my niece. I made up with a friend, and that was phenomenal. And I'm generally overexcited about life. I've actually lost 2 kgs also. Yeah. That had everything to do with having eaten carbs last week and finally managed to get rid of it. Aniket, I would really like to know what you managed to manifest. That would be very interesting. Coming back to what I was talking about, soul discipline. So now, soul discipline is all about SOUL. So you need to make small choices for yourself. So I'm going to connect the word soul, SOUL, discipline, with choices. Yeah. So when you're talking about discipline, you do not put, discipline is not about eating on time and sleeping on time and waking up on time and ensuring you irritate other people on that particular time, or that you have to speak to A, B or C. Those are all different types of discipline which we've been utilizing till now. But in the lockdown time, I want you to understand soul discipline is equal to the choices that you make. SOUL discipline is equal to choices. So now you have to make, like we did our gratitude journaling and we did our, as I said, recommended to you guys to do your dream journaling, to do your fear journaling. What you need to now do is your choice journaling. What are the choices available to you? Yeah, during the lockdown, during these COVID times, during the times when we actually, including the doctors and including, everybody worldwide, we do not know the virus. We do not know the sickness. Everybody is learning with each person, either getting the virus or getting saved by the virus. So we are all at this point playing tic-tac-toe, round I go. If I miss, I'm alive. Or if the virus misses me, I'm alive, right? So please understand, your discipline of choice is your soul choices. So you need to just quickly, and this is especially for people with who are living in families. I'm very lucky. It's only mom and me. So us taking to as to adults taking decisions is much easier than a family taking decisions where you also have a child to take into huge amount of preparedness or unpreparedness, right? So let your soul discipline be your choices. SOUL is equal to choices, right? So you write down all the possible choices that you do have. When I say what are the choices that you do have, you do a mix of what the government has said you can do and do a mix of what in your home. According to the people, Vandana Batra, I just saw your name and I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to see you at least here. I love you. Okay, so coming back to, I know I get quite distracted here and there, but coming back to soul discipline and choices, make a list of all the possible choices. Now you need to make choices based on what the government is allowing you to do, what your state government is allowing you to do, what your RWA is allowing you to do. That is at one level. The other level is the choices that you need to make on the basis of all those of you who are living together. Correct? Because each age group has a different need every day. There are different emotional needs, there are different physical needs. So you need to kind of, discipline is all about putting the choices, your soul choices, combining them and deciding that these are the 5 things that we can do and these are the 5 things that we cannot or should not do. The other thing I wanted to talk about in the area of discipline is the changes now that you need to make based on your soul choices, right? There will be a lot of changes that you can and cannot make. So now we will write down the changes part of it as SOLE, choices. So where your feet can go and where your feet should not go. Correct? That means the places that you can go and the places that you cannot go, and that will be the changes that happen because of your choices, right? So again, we come down to the choices and changes. This is a huge 9 number, but actually gets activated on Monday. But since I'm doing this today, I am gifting it to you in advance. Monday is also my niece's 3rd birthday, so I'm going to be extremely busy with her. Maybe I'll do a live session with her as well. Yeah. But coming back to this, so the first thing was SOUL discipline, which is all about choices, and the other one is soul discipline, SOLE discipline. Yeah, and that is deciding where your feet go. Correct, Sadaf, I like that. Your feet should definitely not go too often to the fridge. Overall, I think that right now, avoid cold food. And that is one of the personal things I also practice. I do not drink cold water. I only drink warm water, or I drink hot water, or I drink coffee. So hot is good right now. Make sure that your body temperature is constantly at that level where it is fighting any possible germ. And Vandana Batra, of course, I love you 3,000 times more. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. Aditi Upmanyu, hello. Okay, so I'm coming back to soul discipline, SOLE discipline. You also need to kind of, and it will be very interesting, especially if you're living in a family, you need to kind of make each person of the family in charge of the day or of the hour or of the next 5 hours of certain spaces in your house. So they get to tell the rest of the family what people can or cannot do in those spaces. Now what this does, correct, is that you give everybody a responsibility in the house, and therefore each person is going to be helping in maintaining the larger equilibrium, maintaining the larger peace, in other words. So everybody has something to do. See, most people's problems are all about the fact that everybody is getting bored and everybody is in each other's face, and that can be very pissing off, to be very honest. I mean, let's not pretend to be all saints. I am not a saint either. However, when each one is pitched and given a different area, it's like a goalkeeper just stands in front of the goal, correct? His job is to ensure the ball doesn't get behind him. So in the same way, do this at home and make it part of the changes or your soul discipline, the SOLE discipline. And that is also actually fun because each one gets to boss around the other. So now if you made your 10-year-old son, and Lynette, I don't know why I'm thinking of Jordan, but if you made your 10-year-old son responsible for certain parts of the house at certain times of the day, I think you may have less sound and more, more, Mama, I don't think you need to go there. And that would be fun. And I think you can also give husbands a lot of duties like that. उनको तो वैसे ही करेक्ट करने में बड़ा मजा आता है. See, I don't have a husband, but I know that every man in my life has this absolute thrill and pleasure of correcting me. And I let them do it. Because there's certain places where you like correction. No? That's called letting the man dominate. And if there's any man I know who should not be hearing this, dear God, I hope he doesn't remember this. So coming back to where we started, so 2 things as part of your self-discipline, and I think this is something really good that you can take forward for the rest of your life, right? So we said choices and changes. Choices are your soul discipline, the SOUL discipline, and changes become your SOLE discipline, where you can kind of divide your house into territories, and then you can possibly have a war among all these territories as to who kept the territory clean. I think that's a very great way to clean a house. So each person gets to clean a different territory. Right. And each person gets to tell the other people what they can't do in their territory. So make it a game. The good changes make everything in your house a game. Whether it is cooking, whether it is washing bartans, whether it is washing clothes actually. Make everything a game. So what happens is that then when you do things together, the energy shifts. And when the energy shifts, you will notice that a lot of things happen faster. You all get tired at the same time. And then, as I would like you all to do, and I love that, sit down and hydrate together as a family. I'm doing that right now. Please, if anybody's got water, drink it. I'm very, very thirsty today. And actually, I was very thirsty yesterday also. I think that's all part of the hydration jazz. And before I get down to the second thing on social distancing, so I hope this point is very, very clear to everybody. Discipline, self-discipline in 2 categories, choices and changes. Choices are your soul discipline based on what the government has allowed and what you can allow within your home and that kind of thing. And your changes come from your soul discipline, SOLE discipline. And that means deciding where you can go, how many can go or how many should go. Again, you can manage the external based on what the government tells you can or cannot do. And as far as the internal is concerned, just change it into a freaking game and thoroughly enjoy yourself. Oh yes, I also love coffee, but right now I'm having water. That reminds me, actually, I haven't had coffee since the morning. But I'm looking prettier, so it's like, hey. Before I get into part 2, which is all about social distancing or emotional distancing, that we're going to kind of now you call it. Lynette the other day had very beautifully asked me to do what would happen, like if we could monetize and this thing. See, what I am doing right now is I'm doing for everybody as a collective, and I thoroughly enjoy this. This is part of what my heart needs to do and wants to do and is willing to do. However, we will come down to, in the later stages when, these things become more personalized, because some people will want one-on-one session or, group sessions. And if that happens, those sessions will be charged, because they will be one-on-one sessions, and the energy is going to be very, very specific to A or B or C person. And that I don't think I want to do without monetizing it. Because unless people pay, and I've noticed that till people pay, they take all these free things for granted. See, if it wasn't taken for granted by now, I would have had at least 10 people or 15 people having posted their dots. Correct. The gratitude journal and the fear journal and all of that, which I don't see. So I am quite sure that free ka cheez mein sab Than Gopal khel rahe hain abhi. Kuch nahi kar rahe. But yeah, we will structure that at a later point, not right now. And yeah, I think everybody needs to just go to Sadaf's profile and add her as a friend. And if you notice any strange thing that she does, you can complain to me. And we will do an online intervention for her. Because as I am, before I start off on the emotional distancing, I read something that says, I am this close to going on a corona date. with a stranger I met on a dating app? Should I or should I not? The very fact, darling, that you asked, you should know for 300% that you definitely should not. Because if you knew you could and you knew you wanted to and your soul was okay with it, you wouldn't have asked. You would have told us, or you would have told me, that you've been on that date and this is the guy you met, and then you basically think that it is a pain in the ass. However, since you have asked, you know for sure this is not something you're supposed to be doing. I will definitely take that credit out. I'm sending you, after this, I'm putting all the details on message and sending it to you. Okay, now coming to part 2 of what I wanted to speak to you guys about, and that is about social distancing. So, according to what we've been reading, and everybody, social distancing about keeping a physical distance from people, which is a very good thing, considering they're all corona, all physical distance, physical togetherness. However, darlings, there is the other thing that I want you to very clearly understand. There's something called emotional distancing. Things we have not learned, we've not been taught. Now, what is emotional distancing, especially in these times? Right? There is a lot of information that is flying all over the place, correct? There is a lot of good things that are flying all over the place. There is a lot of bad things that are flying all over the place. There are a lot of questions that are flying all over the place. And what is very important is that everything that is happening, correct? Every tiny detail thing that is happening basically causes an emotion. Good or bad, it does cause an emotion. Like if you see Sadaf wanting to share with us that she is thinking of going on a corona date, somebody who she does not know, somebody who we do not know, and because she met him on a dating app, and she was this close while she chatted with us, or she is still chatting with us and thoroughly enjoying it, correct? So this is part of what I would like to call emotional distancing. See, no matter what you're going through right now, strangers are a no-go to. The known devil is always a better devil. But talking about emotions, the kind of emotions I want you to be really, 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 really careful of is apocalypse emotions. Now, the fact of life is that you are born, you are going to die. You were born, there is a hospital to prove that you were born, there is a birth certificate to prove that you are here. But that's about all that the world is going to, that the world or anybody or even you know. Correct? Funeral dates are decided after you're dead. So, wo bhi tumhare, it's not in your, kabza basically. So, emotionally distance yourself with people who are, or, thoughts that are all about everything coming to an end. That's going to happen eventually. You're going to die eventually. But emotional distancing means choosing the kind of emotions you want to feel at this time. Now, I got very irritated this morning because certain things did not go the way I wanted it to. Right? So, in that point of emotional imbalance, and it was pretty emotionally imbalanced because, one nasty emotion is like, it's like, how do I explain it? It is like that, why am I thinking of Gulbadan? For some strange reason that word is coming to me. So it's like, it's so bloody attractive that one nasty emotion will attract all the other nasty emotions. So all I need to do is feel bad about somebody calling me possessive padosan, and everything related to that word, those two words, possessive padosan, will get added onto it. Like this morning, someone actually spoke to me about, I think you should do this. And I was like, so how does anybody else define my shoulds or woulds? And at that point is when I realized, बिल्कुल तेरी वजह से होता है सब सदफ. तू मेरी जिंदगी में जब से आई है ना, तू ही तू है. अरे let me finish this, darling. So talk about so I'm saying choose your emotions wisely. Now when, say for instance, now a lot of people are actually going out to pick up groceries, to do a lot of distribution work, and I just decided to get serious back about what I was talking about, right? So people are going out, and now when you go out, you will bump into police people who may not be, see, they've got their own set of worries and fears, and their own set of responsibilities. So they may not necessarily be, they are not understanding where you're coming from. You don't understand where they have been, right? So you may have people who are getting extremely rude with you, right? And what happens often is that somebody is rude with you outside the house, you step into the house and you transfer that rudeness to the other people living in your house, right? A lot of men want to go out for a shave or want to go and get a haircut. They're not used to having that, no me time, no out of women time, no without wife time, no without mother time. But right now in the lockdown, it may not be possible. So it can be a little frustrating. So please don't take out those, when I say emotional distancing, find other outlets. One of the outlets you can use is TikTok. Apparently, a lot of people are making a lot of videos. I still haven't gotten onto it and I hope I don't. Because there are some things that are better watched. Correct? So but choose your emotions. Personally, I like to choose emotions that are love-based and lust-based and, relationship-based and things that just make you go, oh, yeah. Those kind of emotions. And those emotions are a lot more fun. Not for any other reason. It's just that they help you keep your balance, your own emotional balance. So the second thing is, other than social distancing, please maintain emotional distancing. And when I say emotional distancing, I mean from the collective externally, which means your newspapers, your social media, correct, those gossip mongering people around you who are on WhatsApp groups. And they have all the catastrophe written right there. How many died, how many didn't die. How that neighbor lady had a fight and it was so loud that the fight happened in your house as well. So that emotional distancing. So you need to kind of distinguish between emotions that you want to experience and emotions that you do not want to experience. The emotions that you do want in your house and the emotions you don't want in your house. I just had a thought. I guess my angels work when I'm talking. Yeah. So I just had a thought which says that a lot of people, to do emotional distancing at home, I think a great idea is to build a set of cards. Okay. So every hour, take out those set of cards. I think all you need to do, you need little pieces of paper, and on each one of them you can just write an emotion. Say the kind of emotions we want to experience in our home. Correct? And you remember we used to play these games as children. You picked up parchis. Yeah, that parchi game. So you take all the happy emotions that you want to experience within your home, and every time you are coming to a point where anybody is feeling that kind of stretched out or whatever, go to that box. So you call it your box of emotions. Right? Or you can put emotional distancing, second thing after social distancing. So put all these happy emotions in there, right? And as a family, or as say, suppose I am going through a bad emotion, I get to tell everybody that I am going through a bad emotion. So again, we come back to, remember we had spoken earlier about acknowledging whatever you're going through so that you can start working to release it. So what you can do is then you acknowledge, say I'm having a bad emotion right now. I go to my box, I pick up 2 emotions, and so I basically choose the next set of emotions I want to experience, right? And that will be a very, very, very beautiful and a very productive way to also kind of build that the emotional training into a family system. Actually, that makes so much of sense. I'm actually going to try it between my mom and me. Although our emotions will be, should I bash her nose or should I not bash her nose right now? Okay, so these were the 2 key things I wanted to speak to you about. And I am going to repeat where I began from, which is old energy is clearing, new energy is entering, great things are coming. And I'm going to add a sentence which comes from my heart to yours, which is, you are the beginning of everything great. That all the love the world is going to experience begins with you. every individual that is either listening or listened or is going to listen or you are going to share this with, I am now energizing from the depth of my heart and with all the love and gratitude that I am feeling right now for each one of you, that everything great that is waiting for us is waiting for you to begin it. Each one of you that begins that will add to the world that we are creating together. Right? So let the old energy go. Let the old idea of choices and changes go. As choices include soul discipline, which is the SOUL discipline. As part of the changes include soul discipline, which is the SOLE discipline. Correct? Make that a part of your home system. Right? Make that part of your home system. And the other thing is that along with social distancing, incorporate emotional distancing. And remember to make those little boxes with all of the emotions that you want to experience. Correct? And every time that you do not get to experience that, all I want you to do is go to that box, pick out the next 2 emotions that you want to experience, and then figure it out. The beautiful thing is that once you choose those emotions, again you come back to soul distancing, soul discipline. Once you choose those 2 new emotions, you are going to find ways to live and love those 2 new emotions. And as my heart always practices it, there's always gratitude to fall back on. And if you're not feeling grateful, there is always music to fall back on. And if you want to listen to the song that I always listen to, it's The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. And I'm only listening to it a lot more because I've taken up the challenge that before I turn 44 in December, I want to be able to sing that song at the same pitch as I once sung it. So that is it for today, and I'm going to repeat that. Old energy is clearing, new energy is entering, great things are coming, and they all begin with you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Yeah? So I'm going to end this session here, and I just want you to know that I absolutely love you. I'm going to quickly go through who's here and what somebody's... Oh, welcome. Emma, this is your first, right? This is the first time you've been online. So thank you for being here. And listen, people, see, since right now this is all for free and this is all very nice and I think more people can use it, it would mean a lot to my heart if you guys went out and shared it with other people too. Because most of the stuff that I do land up speaking about is not stuff I can repeat. Because I somehow feel that God and the angels speak through me when I'm doing a live. And therefore sometimes after I'm done with the live, I actually... go back and listen to everything and I make my own notes as well. So just to tell you that I'm no teacher, I'm just a student. And the teacher right now is I think Mother Earth and the universe itself. And we are all here to be the change. Okay? So I love you, God bless you, and see ya soonly. Maybe Monday I will try to do a live with my niece, Israel, who's going to turn 3. Yeah, and happy birthday to all those who are celebrating. Ramadan Kareem again. Please do not forget me, especially when you're breaking your fast. I'm going to miss being at Jama Masjid for iftar this year. But I love you. Okay? God bless. See ya. Bye.